Good morning, my dear student. On the behalf of KTHM College, Nasik and Department of Chemistry of this college, I am Dr. S.R. Labde welcomes you to the lecture on polarographic analysis. Student, in previous lecture, we discussed the working of polarography. Today's lecture, we discuss how qualitative and quantitative analysis is carried out in polarography. In polarographic analysis, in polarographic analysis, the result is obtained in the form of polarogram. Polarogram is a graph of measured cathodic current as a function of applied potential or EMF potential to dropping mercury electrode. This graph is called as polarogram, and qualitative and quantitative analysis is carried out by using this polarogram. This is with the example of analysis of cadmium ion, we can discuss the formation of polarogram in polarographic analysis. In this analysis, the oxygen-free cadmium ions are taken in a polarographic cell. In polarographic analysis of cadmium 2 plus ion, the oxygen-free cadmium 2 plus ion solution is taken into polarographic cell containing dropping mercury electrode and pool of mercury as a counter electrode. Then excess of supporting electrolyte is added. The excess of supporting electrolyte is added in analyte solution. Supporting electrolyte means alkali salt solution such as 0.1 normal or molar potassium chloride solution is added for elimination of migration current. After this, the potential across dropping mercury electrode and pool of mercury is linearly increased. With linearly increasing potential, the electrolysis of cadmium carried out. When potential is applied across these two electrodes, we observe this small flow in current. After application of potential a small flow in current is observed called as a residual current. Therefore, in polarographic analysis, here this is a graph that is called as polarogram. This is a graph of cathodic current versus applied EMF. In this case, when we apply the potential, initially we observe a small flow in current, and this current is called as a residual current. This residual current is the identity of supporting electrolyte. Magnitude of this residual current is determined by type of supporting electrolyte and concentration of supporting electrolyte. Here, when potential of dropping mercury electrode reaches to sufficiently high, then when potential reaches equal to reduction potential of the analyte, here cadmium 2 plus of analyte, then deposition of ion takes place by a reduction process and current found to be increasing. This potential is called as decomposition potential. This potential at which electrolysis of this material start, this potential is called as decomposition potential. Therefore, in this case, after a residual current, when potential increases to sufficient high, here analyte start its deposition onto the dropping mercury electrode by reduction process, and this is a potential at which this happen is called as decomposition potential. This is a decomposition potential. Decomposition potential means that is a potential at which the electrolysis of that substance takes place or starts, and here that analyte is deposited onto the mercury drop by reduction process, and that results in the formation of its amalgam. For example, here cadmium 2 plus in presence of Hg plus 2 electron, it gives CdHg, that is cadmium amalgam. This is a reduction and that requires electrons. These electrons are provided by dropping mercury electrode. Therefore, here DME provides electron for reduction process, and so there is flow of current, because of flow of electron, and this current increases rapidly rapidly as analyte reaction takes place. And here we observe increase in current to maximum value like this. Therefore, this current increases rapidly as analyte reaction takes place and reaches to its maximum value. Maximum value as shown in figure. Therefore, here from this electrolysis process starts, deposition of cadmium takes place. Cadmium takes 2 electrons from DMe and here it gets converted into cadmium amalgam. As the total cadmium ions are reduced, then here current becomes constant. Again this becomes like this. Therefore, here when total cadmium analyte is reduced, there is no flow of current, there is no flow of electron, therefore current becomes constant. Current becomes constant. And this current, constant current, here it is called as limiting current. Therefore, here this is a limiting current. That is a constant current after a reduction of analyte. Limiting current is a constant current after the complete electrolysis of analyte. And this limiting current indicates reaction is completed. This indicates the reaction is completed. That means as total analyte is deposited onto dropping mercury electrode, there is no cadmium 2 plus ion and there is no redox reaction, and therefore here current becomes constant. If we are increasing potential linearly, then a supporting electrolyte present in the analyte solution that starts its decomposition or reduction, and then we observe a flow of current like this. Increase in current is observed, and that is because of the deposition of the supporting electrolyte. Here this is the decomposition of supporting electrolyte. That means after main electrolysis process, if we are increasing the current, the decomposition of supporting electrolyte takes place. In this total analysis, in this total electrolysis process, a step shape curve is obtained and is called as polarogram. Having 3 different regions, this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Therefore, ABCD, that is a polyarogram, and having three different region A to B, that is a region of residual current, then region B to C, that is actually the region because of reduction of analyte, and that is called as region of diffusion current, and here C to D, you know that it is a region of limiting current. Therefore, polyarogram having a step curve showing a residual current, diffusion current, and limiting current. Therefore, here the result is obtained in the form of polyarogram, and that we have to discuss how this polyarogram is useful for qualitative and quantitative analysis. Here in this case, this is a region of a diffusion current. Now, how diffusion current is calculated on polyarogram? When we extrapolate this line along with the potential axis, then here we have this much magnitude of a current, and that is called as diffusion current. And it is a ID. Here ID is directly proportional to C. Therefore, here on polyarogram, the diffusion current is obtained by subtracting a limiting current, diffusion current is equal to limiting current minus residual current. Therefore, here from the polyarogram, we extrapolate this line along with the x-axis or this potential axis, and we take a difference between limiting current and this residual current, that becomes a diffusion current. Now, what is actually the diffusion current? Diffusion current in polarographic analysis, it is obtained because of the reduction process of that particular analyte. Diffusion current is the cathodic current obtained because of a reduction of analyte. And therefore, here this diffusion current is directly proportional to concentration of analyte and is directly proportional to concentration of analyte. Actually, diffusion current is obtained because of the reduction of analyte, and therefore it is called as cathodic current. As this cathodic current is directly proportional to concentration of analyte, we can utilize this cathodic current or diffusion current for determination of analyte by using Ilkovic equation. And the concentration of analyte is determined by Ilkovic equation. By Ilkovic equation. And we know that that equation is like this. Therefore, ID is equal to diffusion current is equal to 607 into N into D raised to half into M raised to 2 by 3 into T raised to 1 by 6 into C. In this case, ID is directly proportional to C. And all these parameters are constant, and those are determined from the, here this is a characteristic of particular substance that undergo a reduction. This is a diffusion coefficient of analyte. These two factors are governed by the characteristic of electrode, that is mercury flow rate and this drop time. This is number of electron involved in redox reaction, that is again depends upon the type of analyte that is reduced. Therefore, for particular analyte and particular dropping mercury electrode, this is constant. Therefore, for cadmium ion, number of electrons are 2, diffusion coefficient is again constant for cadmium. Mercury flow rate we can adjust to fixed value, drop time adjusted to fixed value. Therefore, for particular analysis, all these factors are constant, and therefore, ID is directly proportional to C, and it is the concentration then determined by using this equation, and that is called as Ilkovic equation. That means here the quantitative analysis is done by Ilkovic equation. The quantitative analysis is done by Ilkovic equation. Now, we discuss how qualitative analysis is carried out in a polarographic analysis. At 1/2 of the diffusion current, means ID by 2, when we obtain a potential, that potential is called as E1/2, or it is called as half wave potential. Therefore, qualitative analysis is done by determining half wave potential of the analyte. Half wave potential is the potential at half of the diffusion current. This half wave potential is identity of the E1/2 is the identity of analyte. That means we can determine which analyte is undergo reduction at dropping mercury electrode by calculating this half wave potential or E1/2 value. Now, for qualitative analysis, for identification purpose, this E1/2 is matched with the reduction potential of standard reduction potential of analyte. For identification purpose, E1/2 is matched with standard reduction potential of analyte. And here we can identify which ion or which ion or analyte undergo reduction at dropping mercury electrode. This half wave potential is little bit affected by the type of supporting electrolyte and its concentration. Because here residual current that will be affected by the type of supporting electrolyte, and definitely that will little bit affect the half wave potential of the half wave potential of the analyte. Therefore, here both qualitative as well as quantitative analysis is done in polarography. Thus, both identification and estimation is of analyte is done in polarography. In this way, polarography can be used as an analytical tool for identification and estimation of those analytes which undergo reduction within this minus 0.4 volt to minus 1.8 volt. All the substances those undergo reduction at this potential value in this potential region are identified and estimated by a technique of polarography. Student, we know that in polarography, a dropping mercury electrode is used as a working electrode. Therefore, in dropping mercury electrode, a small spherical drop of mercury is generated on the tip of the capillary, and this drop is hanged into body of analyte solution. Here, this drop is continuously generated from the tip of the capillary and it reaches to maximum value, and after that it is given into the solution. Therefore, here in this case there is no electrode. This is no electrode. That means if mercury is present inside the capillary, only mercury outside the capillary, then it functioning as an electrode. Here this is the situation, there is also no electrode. In this case also, the mercury is present inside the capillary. That means as mercury is not present on the tip of the capillary, there is no reaction on mercury drop. But when the size of mercury drop grows, here we observe increase in current. Therefore, here increase in current we observe. And this event is continuously happening in case of dropping mercury electrode. Therefore, here when there is no electrode, at that time here current is minimum. As size of mercury increases, here the current increases, it will be reaches to maximum, and again when drop is given into the solution, again it reaches to minimum. That means here increase in current is observed in this fashion. That means here current is increases, decreases, and we have this polarogram in a zigzag manner like this. But here for calculation of diffusion current, here average value is taken, and therefore it is also called as average diffusion current. Therefore, here in polarographic analysis we are using Ilko equation, that is determination of concentration of analyte by using a average diffusion current. Average diffusion current is used for calculation of analyte. Therefore, in this way the mercury drop is generated on the tip of the capillary. In polarography, redox reaction or rate of redox reaction is controlled by the size of this mercury drop. That means surface area of mercury drop. As surface area increases to maximum, we have a maximum current. That means like this. Again, if drop is given, current becomes minimum, drop increases to maximum, again falls into the solution. In this way, we have a polarogram in a zigzag manner. Student, all these about the qualitative and quantitative analysis in polarography. Qualitative and quantitative analysis is done by using a polarogram, which is a plot of cathodic current as a function of applied potential. A step-shape curve is obtained and that is utilized for qualitative and quantitative analysis. Student, with this, we stop here. Thanks for joining me. Wish you all the best. Keep learning. Happy learning.